All right, next problem. This is a good one. I feel like I do all the inner work. He's not interested, and I'm losing connection and attraction.
Did you say something?
Hey! But I do hear this a lot because women do a lot for themselves. At least the women I work for or work with, now it's like they're in these programs, they're going to yoga classes, they're doing inner work, they're going to therapists, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of the time their relationship, their men are not. So what do they do?
It's pretty much what I said the last question. Okay, next. No, just
Next,
kidding.
trust. Just trust.
So, majority of my clients have historically been women because they're doing the inner work. So I agree with that. But more and more I'm seeing men, and the men I typically see are a little bit more progressive, open-minded. They have had some trauma, and so forth. Really amazing men. Now the women are saying, wow, pass on their numbers.
Yeah.
But we are in a very masculine-driven culture where it's very much about external things. So if a man got the job, if the bills are paid off, and that he is on his trajectory to get promoted, or there's this no major drama, then why is there a problem? Why complain over spilt milk?
Right.
That would be the attitude of that kind of very 3D thinking type of male. However, if he's still getting, let's use the word, sex, or I was going to say something else, but I'm not. I'm going to keep it PG or whatever.
All right.
If you are helping him, now keep in mind also, we're creating more boys who are going to become men like this. I see it in the community where his mother would say cook for him, his mother would clean for him, his mother was always there. So his first relationship to being cared for is by a woman. Why would that change when he becomes a teenager or an adult? Particularly if you and other women are still showing up that way.
Right.
So here you're saying, if you don't grow, if you don't do this work, I'm not going to stay in this relationship, or we've got to do this. And more than often, I will see women stay in a relationship forever, and they're still having sex with that man, and they're still doing all the same things. So he's still on the couch, watching the sports channel. Why would he change?
Right.
If he is still getting pretty much all the things he wants, he's getting a mother out of the relationship, and you still haven't left. So it comes back to this, and I have worked with a lot of female clients where this has happened. And these are different things that happen. These are different scenarios. And by the way, if you can't hear me speak extremely clear, I still haven't woken up yet. So anyway, just an excuse. That's my perfectionism.
I like it.
Okay. So number one is this. A woman comes into work with me. She starts feeling amazing. She starts feeling empowered. She recognizes that she's enabling and she's tolerating it. So she starts speaking from her heart authentically. When I see you this way, it doesn't make me feel attracted to you. I love you, but this is not you. Like, you've really let yourself go. Now, he could get defensive. He might not do anything with it, particularly if you're still showing up and he's still having sex and everything else. But the point is that it might be that's the first step, recognizing that I'm not okay with this. Now, this doesn't mean that you stop loving him. And this is not about where you try to change people. It's basically sharing how my experience with you is. And I'm going to do my best to be unconditional to this. However, I know if I were to be attracted to someone, or if I were to be single again, I would probably want to be with a man who's a little bit more ambitious, a man who has it together, who takes responsibility and can hold space for our emotions. More than often, we are in relationships that are like our parents, or we just don't know. So we don't know how good it could be. So it's like our first couple of relationships, and then after seeing a coach like yourself or a therapist, you recognize, oh my God, what was I thinking? Well, you just didn't know. Right. So there's that first scenario where you feel better and you start speaking from your heart and see if something's going to change. Number two, the scenario is this: you start feeling really good and amazing, and he starts asking you questions like, "What's going on? What are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I'm doing this work." He becomes interested. I've seen some husbands and boyfriends that way. Number three, he starts to become more repelled and try to take you down and even say things like, "You think you're better than me," and that. Try to manipulate you. Yeah. But if you think about it, in all three scenarios, you're not trying to change him. You're stepping into yourself and you're seeing how he shows up. But every person's different. Some people have children, some people have arrangements where it's a little more complicated, but still, if he's not going to say, meet you in the middle, you're never going to be happy. Bottom line. Right. So you have to still move forward to see how he shows up. He might not do anything with it, and it just stays how it is, and you have to eventually maybe step out of a relationship. Maybe it's like, hey, I'm going to take space for a couple months because I don't want to divorce you, but this is not working. And I love you, but I'm just not attracted to this. I love you, but this is not working. Feeling sorry for yourself, playing into victimhood. The second one is where he does show up. The third one, he gets upset with you and he tries to take you down. So, but in all three, again, you're going to like yourself a lot more. This is not about changing him. This is about changing yourself. So you perceive him in a relationship differently. So you love yourself more than what's happening in a relationship. So you still feel empowered and like who you see in the mirror, regardless of this relating with him is not working. Because more likely when you step into that, your friendships are becoming better. More men are looking at you anyway. Like you feel vibrant.
Yeah. Thank you. Speaking your truth. That's what I heard out of that.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's really important.
Yes.
And expressing your feelings. And also what I felt in my own body was this piece of not feeling personally responsible for their feelings when you are literally just expressing your own feelings. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, it's a trip. It's how a lot of people perceive sharing emotions.
Right.
Yeah, and the thing is that people are comfortable gossiping and sharing with their friends, right. But it's like, how do you expect change if you don't share? Well, I don't want to hurt his feelings. I want to avoid conflict. Well, then you are playing into victimhood. You are staying where you are because of that. Yeah. So is it really about him, or you are afraid to speak? Yeah. So it always come back to yourself.
Well, the gossiping thing's huge amongst women. I mean, I hear that all the time. Oh, I feel this way, that way, this way, but then nothing is said in the house, So, yeah, thank you. This was an awesome discussion. So many good nuggets in there. If anyone who's watching this really wants to comment or ask some questions that we can answer in the future, we would love that. You could put that below this video. And to connect with either one of us, you can look at the links below. I don't know.
This is her trying to do a call of action. So, of course, please ask more questions and we will talk about them. We're going to continue to do this. You can reach me also at my website, which is www.raydoktor.com. That's RAYDOKTOR. Also below are the links to reach us as well.
Yeah, you can reach me at NicoleAnandaCoaching.com. And yeah, I look forward to more conversations with you and helping the women and men to have deeper connections and more presence in their relationships.
Thank you.
Yeah.